Hey guys, welcome back to Code Streak Daily, where we break down coding problems and turn complex solutions into easy to follow steps. So today we are solving an interesting problem, finding the subarrays with equal number of occurrences. Okay, so it's of the problem of the day of Geeks for Geeks. It's the 22nd of October, and the difficulty level is hard. So let's try it out. Okay, here we have an array and there are two integers x and y. We have to find the number of sub arrays in which the number of occurrences of x is equal to the number of occurrences of y. Okay, so here we have an array with the elements 1 to 1 and x equals to 1 and y equals to 2 and the output is 2. Let me read the explanation. The possible subarrays have same equal number of occurrences of x and y are 1 and 2, x and y have occurrences 1, 2 and 1, x and y have same occurrences 1. So let's take the second example. Here we have 1, 2, 1, the same, and x equals to 4 and y equals to 6. The possible subarrays have same equal number of occurrences of x and y are. So we have 1, x and y with the same occurrence 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. Okay, and now let's understand what actually this is. Okay, now here we need to find all the subarrays where x and y appear the same number of times. Okay, so here we have the array 1 to 1 and we choose x equal to 1 and y equals to 2. The result will be 1 2 and 2 1 where the occurrences of x and y, that is 1 and 2, are equal, that is they both occur once in the subarray. Okay, so now let's discuss about the approach to solve this problem. Let's try the brute force approach. Okay, here the naive approach would be to check every possible subarray and count the occurrences of x and y for each. But that would take a lot of time, like a order of n power 3, which is inefficient for larger arrays. Okay, but there is a smarter way. We'll take the order of n time complexity approach using a prefix difference technique. That is why it will be more efficient. So that is what we will be implementing today, right? So here's the trick. Instead of counting x and y repeatedly for every subarray, we can track the difference between their occurrences as we traverse the array, right? Let's take the variable difference, diff. When we move through the array, if we see x, we'll increment the difference variable by 1. If we see y, we'll decrement the difference variable by 1. Okay, for every difference value we have seen before, it means there is a subarray between that point and the current index where the occurrences of x and y are equal. By keeping track of how many times each difference has occurred in a hash map, we can instantly know how many subarrays have equal x and y occurrences. Okay, so now let's go through the code in detail. First of all, let's break down this code, and now we'll understand how each part works. Okay, so here I said we are going to use a variable called difference, so I'm taking diff and initializing it to 0. So this variable keeps track of the difference between how many times we have seen x and y. Okay, so I'm taking the another variable prefix map. It is a hash map I'm creating with elements 0 and 1. Okay, it helps us to store the number of times each difference value has occurred. We'll initialize it with 0 1 because if we haven't seen any element yet, the difference between x and y will be 0. Okay, so I'm taking another variable called count and initializing it to 0. This will store the number of valid subarrays where x and y occur the same number of times. Okay, so next I'm taking a for loop to loop the array. I'm taking for num in array. We are looping through each element of the array. For each number, we check if it is x or y. If it is x, we'll increment the difference value. If it is y, we'll decrement the difference. For any other number, the difference remains unchanged. Okay, so if num equals to x, so what we are doing in that case, we are just incrementing the x by incrementing the difference by 1. If num is y, in that case what we are doing, we are just decrementing the value by 1. Okay, so now here comes the magic part. Okay, for each difference we encounter, we check if this exact difference has appeared before. If it has appeared, then every previous occurrence of this difference marks the start of the valid subarray that ends at the current index. Okay, we'll simply add that count of each subarray to our total count. Okay, so I'm taking like count equals to prefix map dot get difference and 0. Okay, next finally we'll update our hash map prefix map to reflect that we have now seen all this difference value one more time. Okay, so prefix map of difference equals to prefix map dot get difference and 0 plus 1. Okay, after traversing the entire array, the variable count will hold the number of subarrays where x and y occur the same number of times. Okay, next we will return the same value, return count. That's it. Okay, so this is our code. Now we'll understand how we have done this. Okay, so first of all, we are initializing difference variable to 0, which will store the number of times x and y occurs. We also have the prefix map. It is a hash map. It stores the number of times we have get the subarray, and a count equals to 0. It means it stores a particular count value. Okay, we are looping through the array, and if the number is equals to x, we are just incrementing the difference value. Else, we are just decrementing the difference value. Then we are updating the count and also the hash map. Okay, so now let's compile and see whether this code works or not. We have some mistake. Okay, let me check. I think this has to be inside the loop only. Let me compile and see. Yeah, I forgot. This has to be inside the loop because we are updating the count value for each element in the loop and also the hash map. Okay, so now let's submit and see if all the test cases will be passed or not. Yeah, all the test cases are passed. The time taken is just 0.33 seconds. We have 8 points scored. All the test cases, 1115 test cases passed with 100% accuracy. Okay, so we have efficiently solved this problem with an order of n approach using a prefix difference method and a hash map. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more coding solutions. Okay, so if you also have any queries, do put that in the comments of this video. And if you have any code efficient or better than this, or if you have your own approach, please do put that in the comments of this video. I'll surely check on that. And if you want to maintain your streak in both Geek for Geeks and also in Lead Code, please do subscribe our channel and hit the notification bell icon so that you will get every update on the videos that we do on this channel. Until then, keep streaking, guys.